Welcome back to Burns Brothers Performance. Take two.
Sorry, I couldn't do it. And we're back.
Yeah, we can. Shh. Perfect timing. Three, two.
I thought you were going to laugh. It made me laugh.
We've had a few technical difficulties here today, but we're back. All right, we are going to run through some priorities and really the next year or so of the projects at Burns Brothers Performance here. We're going to be bringing these to you. You're going to get it all on the channel. We'll start off with number one, a truck that you haven't seen a lot of. It might have been a photo or two a couple years ago, but you haven't seen here in the shop before, and it's Bill's 57 Chevy pickup. Tell us about it. What's this one?
Yeah, so this is my brother-in-law, Bill, 57 Chevy pickup. I actually, as some of you know, I built a new engine for my Camino, put a 489 in it. So the 454 that came out of it, which is actually a 461, I sold it to my brother-in-law. And ironically, I actually sold my brother-in-law the truck too. And he took it home, the truck, and pro-streeted it, slammed to the weeds. It's really tough looking, still in primer. It's a work in progress. He got it running a couple years ago, like the morning of trailering it up to Roseburg to join us for graffiti weekend.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, he's been having a little fun with it. It's got a small block in it now that is a borrowed engine, I believe. So I sold him a 454, and the deal is he's going to trailer the truck up here. And we're going to drop the 454 in it and get it running. The lifters I just sent them out to Crower to have them rebuilt. They're on their way back. So I'll get that thing buttoned back up and get the ignition back on it and all that stuff. And we'll get it in the truck, and the plan is to fire it while it's still here. So hopefully that happens. We have enough time to make everything, fabricate everything, and get it in there, because he's got engine set back right now. So we have to move it forward a little bit. But yeah, it should be a pretty fun little project, weekend deal, and we'll capture it here on the channel, hopefully,
yeah.
and
I know
maybe do some time-lapse stuff on it. So
yeah, I know I've got a picture or two of this thing from Roseburg. We'll insert those here. Mm-hmm. What do you think it'll run?
Also, I sold him the engine. I sold him a Turbo 400 prepped by Bill G. It's got trans brake in it, and a converter. And I'm thinking that combo is probably going to put it deep in the 10s.
Yeah.
So he's going to eventually put a roll cage in it, I believe, before he paints the truck. So yeah, it should be a really good running truck.
Yeah, plenty of tire under that thing too. It'll hook.
I think so. Yeah, I think the plan is to run it at Bakersfield.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Number two, engine just down the way here. Mm-hmm. A car that you haven't seen on the channel yet. It's not here yet. Art 68 El Camino, 461 cubic inches of iron big block.
Yeah, so this is 68 SS386 El Camino. That used to belong to my father, and then my uncle owned it, and then Art bought it from my uncle a number of years ago, and we are currently building the engine for that. Just got everything back from the machine shop. Hatch engine did the short block, and Lauthen competition did the cylinder heads. So we're getting that buttoned up. We're gonna get the engine on the run stand, and then after that, we'll look into buying the transmission and building up the rear end, getting the drivetrain all settled in the car. Car will get primered for now, I believe, so we can just take it out there and drive it and have some fun with it.
Yeah, we'll put together a playlist for that. You should have it on the run stand in a few weeks.
Probably 3-4 weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. All right, number 3 on the list, Kirk's K20. This is a total restoration.
Uh-huh.
And if you've seen any of the restorations George has done, you know total means total. Like everything will be painted, coated, polished, completed. Anyway.
It's a pretty nice truck. It started out as a pretty nice truck. There were a few overlooked areas on the truck from the previous owner or whoever built the truck, but we are correcting those issues and moving forward now. Body and paint is in the process, so as soon as I get the cab back, I'll start making progress on that one. So yeah, that's on a, you know, as the parts come in, I'll work on it. Just kind of waiting on that right now, and just mentally building that truck. Currently, still acquiring some pieces and parts for it, and you know, just planning everything out in my head on how it's gonna go, what everything's gonna look like, and so
nice.
It should be a pretty nice little project once I get going on the cab, as far as wiring and AC and getting it running and all that stuff.
And when you say pretty nice, you mean 100%.
Yeah, and it'll be nice to, you know, just lay in there and start putting everything back together, and you know, you got to put that plush carpet in there first. That's the first thing, so you can lay down underneath the dash of those things, because the dash is like this, you know, there's only like this much room, and it's got AC up behind it and all that stuff. So
nice.
It'll be pretty interesting, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Number 4 on the list. So this is a car you've seen on the channel. We rolled that thing out here. This thing's going to be serious. It's 1100 dynoed horsepower in this Impala. So Scott Fink's 62 Impala. This thing's tubbed, caged, ready to go fast. It's never been down the track since it's had a cage in it, I think.
Yeah, I think the last time it was down the track, it had a 327 in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. So
he's had a few engines in it. It actually got backhabbed a few years ago by Eddie Wagner, Fast Eddie. Backhalved it, and then it actually had a front half in it at one point, but now it has a factory front frame with A-arms and tubular A-arms. And so yeah, it'll be a big inch, big block with a Rosler Turbo 400. With it has a PTC converter, you know, 9-inch. I think he's got 430 gears in it with a 1432. It's got double B locks for MacFab. It's going to be a pretty cool piece. It'll be nice. I think it's going to be one of those cars where you can just hop in it, make pass after pass. I don't think it's going to be super high maintenance. It does have quite a bit of lift on the cam, so it might be a valve spring eater, but it's, you know, it used to be a nitrous engine, and we're going NA with it now, so it should be pretty reliable. So.
And you've got some pieces that you're going to take to Guy Mitchell, you said? Yeah,
so the engine, actually I have it apart. There's a couple questionable pieces of Mallory in the crankshaft that Guy's going to re-weld, make sure those stay in there where they're supposed to be. And then it needs one rod resized. Did hurt a bearing, so we're going to get the rod resized, and then you know, maybe clean up the piston skirts, put new rings and bearings in it, and new lifters, and basically button it back up. So
yep, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Last one on the list. Your 70 Chevelle LS6 Tribute. Tell us about this car.
Old Melba Toast.
Yeah. Like you said, we have video. I'll put one in here of the car burning out next door at the party.
Yeah. Anyway. So I actually, a year or so ago, I pulled the engine out of the car to put it into their car. And I have been accumulating parts for this car for a few years. To put an LS6 in it. I actually bought this car in 1995. My dad painted it in 1997. It still wears the same paint. It's had an interesting life since I've owned it. I had a 327, multiple 454s. It's had a roll cage. It's had a 572 in it with a Ford 9-inch.
I forgot about the roll cage.
Yeah. When I built a different 70 Chevelle, I cut all the cage out of it. took the 9-inch out of it, put a 12 bolt in it, and went to a 4-speed. So it has an M22 4-speed in it now. But I've been acquiring parts for LS6. I have a 4-bolt block with a forged steel crank. I have 7/16 dimple rods. I have 990 heads for it and a 69 375 horse intake to put on it. So it's going to get a hydraulic roller cam designed by Chris Straub for the cylinder head. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting onto this project. It's going to be a fun one to be able to drive and just take out on a nice day, take the family out. So yeah, that's what the intent of the car is. It might see a couple passes down the drag strip if I can baby it enough, because I really don't want to hurt the transmission in the thing. Kind of partial to it. It's kind of a cool story. I got that M22 for $500, so nice. It's
well, and you said hydraulic roller. I think this is a no flat tappet cam shop at this time.
That's right. Yeah. So any engine built from here on out, there will be no flat tappet camshafts. If you don't want to do a roller cam, just take it to somebody else.
It's a no drama fire up shop.
I tell you what, I've never been so stressed out my entire life as I am when I go to fire a new engine with a flat tappet camshaft. Early in my engine building days, I had a 454 block that had a horrible core shift problem, and the lifter boards weren't aligned properly to the cam tunnel. And I didn't know this until after like 4 camshafts, and finally somebody told me that this particular block was no good for flat tappet camshafts. And I have such a fear of firing up new camshafts. And I've done really well throughout the years after that, but any more of the metal on the cams is just so bad, it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah, nice. Well, maybe we'll see that Chevelle at the 3-pedal challenge. Speaking of that, I want to say thanks to Dick Arnold Racing. I really appreciate Dick losing to me last weekend. I'm going to keep that video coming all winter long.
Oh, poor Dick.
Yeah.
He's gonna see that video probably every week.
Oh yeah, at least. We're sharing that a lot.
Yeah, we know how Dave does that.
And look at the time. George needs to get to work. So we got some projects to get done. Stay tuned. We'll be bringing these to you all winter long as things come through and get the updates. I think one of the first things is going to be that fire up video for Art's big block.
I think you'll probably see Bill's 57 Chevy pickup before the fire.
Okay, some time lapse for the pickup. Hopefully, we get that thing.
Yeah, the plan is to get that thing in here and then maybe get a few guys down here, and we'll kind of do a overhauling weekend type of deal on it, and we'll just kind of pitch in and get that thing going, and hopefully the headers I have for it will fit. So that's the plan, is to get that thing running. If the headers fit, it'll run. But I do have exhaust manifolds we can fire it on those.
And we could do burnouts next door with the neighbors.
If it has a drive line in it.
All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, and comment. Which one of these do you like the best? Let us know.
Thank you.